Imagine Earth as a young planet, very different from today. The landscape was rugged and hostile, with an atmosphere thick with gases and devoid of oxygen. The surface was constantly reshaped by violent geological activity. Volcanoes erupt, spewing hot lava and gases. These eruptions were frequent and intense, releasing vast amounts of energy and materials into the environment. The air is thick and steamy. Water vapor from the oceans and volcanic activity created a dense, foggy atmosphere, contributing to a greenhouse effect that kept the planet warm. Oceans slosh over the bare land. These early oceans were rich in minerals and chemicals, constantly mixed by tides and currents, creating a dynamic environment. This was Earth billions of years ago, the setting for life's grand entrance. It was a world of extremes, where the building blocks of life were being forged in the crucible of nature. Scientists believe life began in this chaotic world. They study similar environments on Earth today to understand how life might have arisen. Simple chemicals, the building blocks of life, existed in the primordial soup. These chemicals included amino acids, nucleotides, and other organic molecules. Over millions of years, these chemicals combined in just the right way to form the first life forms. This process was driven by energy from the sun, volcanic activity, and lightning strikes. These were single-celled organisms, much simpler than even the smallest bacteria alive today. They were the pioneers of life, capable of surviving in the harsh conditions of early Earth. These first life forms were incredibly tiny and simple. They lacked complex structures but had the essential components needed for life. They had the amazing ability to copy themselves, passing on the recipe for life to their descendants. This replication was the key to their survival and proliferation. This process of copying wasn't perfect, and small changes would creep in. These changes or mutations were random but sometimes beneficial. These changes are the seeds of evolution, driving life's incredible journey. Over billions of years, these tiny changes accumulated, leading to the diversity of life we see today. For billions of years, single-celled organisms were the only life forms on Earth. These tiny yet incredibly resilient entities were the pioneers of life, thriving in environments that would be inhospitable to most modern organisms. They were incredibly successful, populating the oceans and even harsh environments like hot springs. From the deepest ocean trenches to the boiling waters of geothermal springs, these microorganisms adapted and flourished. Don't let their simplicity fool you. These early microbes were constantly evolving and diversifying. Through countless generations, they developed new ways to survive, reproduce, and interact with their surroundings. One of the most significant events in early life was the evolution of photosynthesis. This groundbreaking process allowed certain organisms to harness the power of sunlight, transforming it into usable energy. Some organisms developed the ability to capture sunlight and convert it into energy. This not only provided them with a new energy source, but also had profound implications for the planet's atmosphere. This process, still used by plants today, released oxygen into the atmosphere, changing Earth forever. The increase in oxygen levels paved the way for more complex life forms to develop. Another major innovation was the development of more complex cells called eukaryotes. Unlike their simpler counterparts, eukaryotic cells had internal structures that allowed for greater specialization and efficiency. These cells had specialized compartments like a nucleus to house their DNA. This compartmentalization enabled eukaryotic cells to perform more complex functions and paved the way for the development of multicellular organisms. Eukaryotes would eventually give rise to all plants, animals, and fungi we see today. From the towering trees in our forests to the diverse array of animals that inhabit our planet, the legacy of these early innovations is all around us. Around 600 million years ago, something remarkable happened. Single-celled organisms began to cooperate, eventually forming multicellular organisms. This was a pivotal moment in evolution, paving the way for larger and more complex life forms. Imagine individual cells working together like a team. Some cells specialized in gathering food, others in movement, and others in reproduction. This division of labor led to the first multicellular animals, simple creatures like sponges and jellyfish. These early animals were very different from the animals we know today, but they set the stage for the incredible diversity of life that would follow. Around 540 million years ago, life on Earth underwent a dramatic transformation. This period, known as the Cambrian Explosion, saw an incredible burst of evolutionary innovation. New and strange creatures appeared in the fossil record, showcasing a dazzling array of body plans. During the Cambrian explosion, animals evolved hard shells, skeletons, and new sensory organs like eyes. Predators with sharp teeth emerged, hunting prey that developed defenses like spines and armor. The oceans became a battleground for survival, driving rapid evolution. This period laid the foundation for the diversity of animal life we see today. Most of the major animal groups alive today can trace their ancestry back to this pivotal time. Life flourished in the oceans, but the land remained a barren frontier. That began to change around 400 million years ago, as some adventurous fish started venturing onto land. These weren't the fish we know today, but rather lobe-finned fish with sturdy fins that could support their weight. Over millions of years, these fins gradually evolved into limbs, allowing these creatures to move more efficiently on land. These pioneers were the first amphibians, breathing air and laying their eggs in water. The transition from water to land was a monumental event in evolution. It opened up a vast new habitat for life to conquer, and led to the evolution of reptiles, birds, and mammals, including us. From the amphibians arose the reptiles, animals better adapted to life on dry land. These early reptiles had several key adaptations that allowed them to thrive in environments where amphibians could not. Their scaly skin was a significant evolutionary advantage as it prevented water loss, enabling them to survive in arid conditions. Reptiles had scaly skin that prevented water loss and laid eggs with hard shells that could survive out of water. These eggs were a crucial development as they provided a protective environment for the developing embryo, allowing reptiles to reproduce away from water sources. This allowed them to spread to even the driest environments. Reptiles could now inhabit deserts, rocky terrains, and other harsh landscapes that were previously uninhabitable for their amphibian ancestors. Around 250 million years ago, a group of reptiles known as the dinosaurs emerged. These creatures would go on to become some of the most successful and diverse animals in Earth's history. Dinosaurs were incredibly successful, evolving into a wide range of shapes and sizes. From the small, agile predators to the enormous, slow-moving herbivores, dinosaurs adapted to a variety of ecological niches. Some were massive herbivores with long necks like the Brachiosaurus, which could reach the tallest trees for food. These gentle giants roamed the prehistoric forests, using their size to deter predators. Others were fearsome predators with sharp teeth and claws, such as the Tyrannosaurus rex. These carnivorous dinosaurs were at the top of the food chain, hunting other dinosaurs and maintaining the balance of their ecosystems. For over 180 million years, dinosaurs ruled the Earth. They adapted to changing climates and environments, ensuring their dominance for an incredibly long period. They spread to every continent and dominated most ecosystems. From the lush forests of what is now North America to the arid deserts of ancient Africa, dinosaurs were everywhere. Their reign is a testament to the power of adaptation and the incredible diversity that evolution can produce. The fossil record shows us just how varied and successful these creatures were, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to fascinate us today. As dinosaurs diversified, one group evolved a remarkable new ability: flight. These were the feathered dinosaurs, small, agile creatures covered in feathers. Over millions of years, their feathers, initially used for insulation or display, evolved into structures that allowed for gliding and eventually powered flight. These feathered dinosaurs were the ancestors of all birds alive today. Birds inherited many features from their dinosaur ancestors, including hollow bones, a wishbone, and even feathers. The evolution of flight opened up new ecological niches and allowed birds to colonize the globe. While dinosaurs ruled the land, a new group of animals was quietly evolving in the shadows. These were the mammals, small, furry creatures that lived alongside the dinosaurs. Mammals possess several key adaptations, like fur for insulation and mammary glands for producing milk to nourish their young. These adaptations allowed them to survive in colder climates and care for their offspring more effectively. Around 66 million years ago, a catastrophic event wiped out the dinosaurs. This mass extinction marked the end of the dinosaur era and paved the way for the rise of mammals. Following the extinction of the dinosaurs, mammals diversified and flourished. One group, the primates, evolved grasping hands and feet, binocular vision, and large brains. These adaptations were ideal for life in trees. Over millions of years, some primates evolved to walk upright on two legs. These were the early hominids, our close relatives. Hominids developed larger brains and complex social structures, eventually giving rise to our own species, Homo sapiens. Humans are a product of millions of years of evolution. We share a common ancestor with all other life forms on Earth, a testament to the interconnectedness of all living things.